Recorded Books presents Devil's Gun by Rambo. Narrated by Vivienne Leheny. The story thus far. Niko Larsen and a handful of the soldiers she once commanded have escaped the ranks of the holy hive mind and retired to start a restaurant, the last chance, aboard the space station twice far. The restaurant proves unexpectedly successful, to the point where a famous food critic, Lola Montaigne Darcy de Berg, reserves a table. Niko and the others are excited about the prospect of earning a coveted Nicolin orb. But the day of the meal, a mysterious package arrives, containing Atlanta, an heir to the Paxian throne, with no knowledge of why she's been sent in cryo-freeze to Niko. Just as Lola is seated with visiting wealthy dilettante Arpat Tackraven, things start exploding on the station, and it's torn apart by unknown forces. The group, along with the critic and the package containing Atlanta, flee the station on You Sexy Thing, an intelligent bioship. Thinking itself stolen, the ship is headed to the nearest authorities in order to turn its captors in, when Lola circumvents its programming for her own purpose, taking the ship to a haven for space pirates, IAPH. There, Niko encounters two figures from her past, her former lover, Patalia, and the pirate leader, Tubal Last, who kidnapped Patalia long ago and has been poisoning them against Niko ever since. When one of the crew, pastry chef Millie, attempts to betray the group to win her own freedom, circumstances conspire to let her actions free them all, destroying the pirate haven, but not before Last has killed one of the crew, Thorn, a young were-lion, whose loss devastates his twin brother, Talon. Patalia chooses not to stay with the group. Angry and embittered at Niko, they leave the ship at Montmarie Station. The rest return the ship to its original owner, Tackraven, who allows them to keep it for now, with the stricture that each year they'll return to cook him a meal and tell him of their adventures. All seems well until Niko receives a message. Tubal Last is alive, and he's planning revenge. The crew. Niko Larsen's highly volatile military career has led to her nickname, the 10-Hour Admiral. Rather than be absorbed into the holy hive mind, she pretended to have a calling toward artistry and food, and thus managed to muster out, along with the others. Human, she was raised among the free traders, but left them when they refused to ransom Patalia from the pirates. Dabry is Niko's second-in-command. He's also the culinary genius behind the Last Chance's success. An Edolite, his 4 arms allow him considerable dexterity in the kitchen. Competent and loyal, Dabry provides his captain with his all, as he has ever since they enlisted at the same time in the ranks of the Holy Hive Mind. Geo is an augmented chimpanzee from Old Terra, and Dabry's sous chef. He has chosen not to get vocal augmentation, preferring sign language for communication. When in the Holy Hive Mind, he was a skilled quartermaster, and even now is adept at wheedling supplies for the restaurant and making things do double, sometimes triple, service. Skidoo is a Talon, a composite entity resembling a brightly colored terrestrial squid. Once the group's communications officer, Skidoo remains the one who handles bookings, reservations, and similar matters. Pleasure-loving and sensual, Skidoo is usually a peacemaker in the group. Licete, a reptilian sessile, is a former priest who follows Niko because of his conviction that she is the one who will follow the Golden Path, a prophecy whose enactment he has been preparing for all his life. Millie is relatively new to the group, once a soldier and now a pastry chef who has replaced a former member who vanished. She is a Nanetti, a bird-like race renowned for their deadly grace. Talon's mother entrusted him and his twin brother Thorn into Niko's care while in the Holy Hive Mind's service. The twins.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?